Oh yeah. 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 Well, all right. I feel this shit in my bones, nigga. Let this shit breathe. Coming of age, nigga. And the main characters, Stevenson. So much shit on my mind, I just hope that you listen. Excuse me for keeping my distance. It's like the theme song to Power. Constantly replays in my head for 1,000,000 hours, sung by Phyllis Hyman. I mean, that shit go diamond. Truthfully, I'll be too clueless to recognize it until I got niggas to tap in on some Gregory Hines shit. My life is good and I'll be damned if I go jeopardize it. My stomach's full and my pocket's fat and my checks are solid. Speaking on my name is just nothing more than some reckless jotting. Don't be surprised when I hit your line like a direct deposit. And with this logic, it's terribly sad to witness. We living in the era where niggas acting like bitches. Hollow brain dick eaters just moving with bad intentions. Who feel the nerve to judge all because they practice religion? And I don't even mean it come sound as mad in my sentence, but I've had it up to here and I'm about to snap and get ignorant. But instead of feeling like I'm being fed a bunch of gimmicks, I just truck through all the temptation like Eddie Kendricks. Just keep on keeping on to myself, I'm an outcast. Cause I've been mad as fuck at the world since my aunt passed. Barely time to mourn, all because I swore to get my mind right and try not to blow the head off everybody in my eyesight. I hate that you were snatched away so soon, but that was God's timing. Wish that I could mask up my cold glare just like I'm crime fighting. Back when I was younger, we would talk about going kite flying. Now that's why I keep my head up in the clouds like I'm skydiving. Nowadays, just look at the way we living. But kids gotta grow up quick and make brave decisions, hoping that they make it away from these crazy niggas just to be old and babysitting the seeds of their favorite children. My word is everything that I stand on and I stand by. I'm not the type to throw a stone and run to go get my hands washed. But hey, this is Philly, but to me it feel more like Camelot. And it's about to be as if Spike Lee had made the Sandlot. Damn, I'm feeling numb of these days, and I don't know if it's because I'm becoming one with the pain. Running out of time, but I'll be having so much to say. I can smell death in the air just like it's starting to rain. Sometimes I feel like I was born with a gun in my face, sweating bullets, constantly feeling like I'm running in place. But now Steve is the S and no more running away. Without further ado, this is coming of age, motherfucker. Damn. All right, man, next track.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day, or at least had a blessed, beautiful, productive day, man. I hope y'all have a beautiful night as well. I hope everything is well with you and your guys' families. You know what I'm saying? We got some things that we need to discuss, and this is going to be me on my bullshit. I ain't going to lie to you, man. It's going to be a different type of live. You know what I mean? So if I don't get to y'all comments and shit like that, my apologies. I'm going to definitely get to them towards the end of my rant. But we got to talk about some things, man. We got to talk about what's going on in the boxing world, man. We're going to speak about the 2 men of the hour that I'm going to be addressing because in all honesty, man, I'm not respecting how the way they moving. And that's William Zepeda. We definitely going to cook up on that weirdo. And then we're going to go along with Brian Norman, man, and exactly how the way he's been moving, which I've been calling out since the very beginning of these negotiations. But everybody was talking to me like as if I was crazy, if I was being biased towards Jaron Ennis. No, I seen the bullshit coming from a mile away because you know why? I've actually dealt with these types of situations. And, you know, I already know how niggas move when they already don't want to fight. So do I think Brian Norman is pussy? Nah, absolutely not. I'm not even going to disrespect him or even go that far. But it is some duck sauce in the motherfucking recipe. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to talk about that. But shout out to everybody that's in the building right now or at least showed love prior to me going live, man. Shout out to the boy Sammy Gant, Orlando Finney, Old School 868, man. Hit the like button as soon as y'all come in because like I said, we got some things that we need to discuss. This is going to be raw, uncut truth. You see what I'm saying? I'm backing this shit up with these niggas' own words, and then we're going to formulate our opinions from there, man. Shout out to everybody that's coming through and showing love and already hitting the like button. You know what I'm saying? Let me check how many likes we got so far. Hold up. All right, we good on the likes so far, man. I appreciate everybody that's in the building. As soon as y'all come in, hit the like button so we can get the algorithm on the up and let the people know that Mazuma TV is live. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Slime, what up? Robert Southall, what up? Oscar de la Pase, what's good? Anonymous, what's going on with you, man? I hope everybody is doing well. So, I got a whole presentation for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit right here, nigga, cold truth, no cap. I'm not making this up. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna speak about this. And it made me think back to the live a couple days ago when I had that one dude on here. His name was like Brooklyn Boy. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn. I don't know. I forgot exactly what his name was. And I was telling him about how the counter offer. He was like, well, what even is that? They only sent one offer. No, if they said a counter offer, that means multiple offers were sent Brian Norman's way, and they turned down both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody thought I was tripping, and I'm like, yo, what does counter offer mean then? Now I come to find out, since we've had that live, that this man, Brian Norman Sr., I don't know who's in charge of the negotiations at this point, because it seems like Brian Norman Sr. has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's about to fuck up some big time money for his son, Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into it. You feel what I'm saying? And listen, I understand the sport of boxing. You feel what I mean? I understand that, he trying to get the money that he could get. He trying to get as much money as possible because, you don't know how long you're going to be in this boxing game. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a world title, you want to maximize it to the best of your ability, along with the fact that there's a strong likelihood that belt may be taken away from you, and then they might have to fall back in terms of paydays. They might have to take a step down in paydays after getting stopped, beat by Jaron Ennis, whatever the situation is. They understand that it's a high likelihood they may lose, or a high risk of them losing. So they want to get as much money as they can, because they understand that if they lose, they got to take a step backwards. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand that. I'm understanding of the situation. I'm not coming into this blind or being closed-minded, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into this shit, and we gonna use Brian Norman Sr.'s words, just like I did in the previous live when I told you that he turned down multiple offers. You know what I mean? Brian Norman Jr. got his days mixed up. It was just a lot of contradictions in that mix that I was pointing out. You feel what I mean? And we gonna get to the numbers. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that's in the building so far, man. Let's talk about Brian Norman Sr. and the interview that he put out. I actually have it right here in front of me. Shout out to Fight Hype for producing this content. You know what I mean? And giving us some transparency as to what is going on. You feel what I mean? Because Eddie Hearn and Brian Norman Sr. have been going back and forth. Eddie Hearn just did a press conference out in LA today, because I believe this is the fight week, I believe, for what's this dude name? Diego Pacheco and Selecki. I believe that's what they're there for. Correct me if I'm wrong, but regardless, he was doing an interview, and Eddie Hearn expressed, I would say, frustrations. Expressed frustrations with, Brian Norman and how the way they've been, going on with this negotiations. And he's like, yo, do you truly want to be great, man? Like, do you truly want to be great? Because we giving you a huge amount of money, the biggest payday you've ever seen in your career, and y'all not y'all not cooperating. You know what I'm saying? So, Brian Norman, he's been Brian Norman Sr., of course. We gotta differentiate the two, because Brian Norman Jr. hasn't been saying as much as his father. You know what I'm saying? So Brian Norman Sr. came out, and he expressed his opinions on the whole situation since Eddie Hearn said something. So they've been having a little back and forth. Eddie Hearn's been on Twitter as well, expressing himself and all that stuff. But we're not going to get into too much of what Eddie Hearn is saying. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get into what Brian Norman is saying. You know what I mean? So let me share the screen right here, because I want you guys to see this for yourself. I'm not making this up. This is something that's coming right out of the horse's mouth. The horse in this situation, pause, being Brian Norman Sr. So let's get into it.
This out before it even get started with Eddie Hearn, so you can go on and stop the cap. Eddie Hearn, you trying to spend this? Check this out. The first offer was was less than a third of what Boots made for David Avenesian.
Okay, so he said the first offer was less than a third of what Jaron Ennis got for David Avenesian. So let's look at the fight purses. Let's look at the fight person. Let's see what Jaron Ennis made in his fight against David Avenesian. Now, according to Sportskeeda and multiple other websites, it says Jaron Ennis projected purse for this fight against David Evanesian will be $3.315 million. I'm not presenting it on the screen right now. I easily can. It's definitely nothing. But I just want to, you know what? Fuck it. I'll show it. You feel what I'm saying? Let me show it just to give you guys, as much transparency as possible. So here it is right here on April 24th. ESPN's Mike Commager reported that Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Promotions won the purse bid for Ennis Crawley. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Crawley had to pull out because of his eyes or whatever. So Booth's projected purse, regardless of who the opponent was $3.315 million because he was getting 85% of the purse. You know what I mean? And that's the rules that the IBF got going on. So if we just do some simple math, he said less than a third. So if we do, it's simple math. We can figure this shit out right now. So 3.15. Less than a third. So let's just do times 33. So he said they offer less than a third. So I'm gonna assume that it's not too far off from a third. He said less than a third. So according to the math that I got right here, just pulling out the calculator, it says that 33% of what Boost made that night is a little over $1 million, almost $1.1 million. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, based off of this math, they probably offered Brian Norman a little more or around the ballpark of $1 million. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what Brian Norman Sr. is saying. This is not my words. Please take this into consideration. I'm just telling you guys, I'm just giving you a ballpark estimate based off of what Brian Sr. is saying. He made 3, Mark. Yeah, I'm aware of that. We get into that boxing film. Let me cook. So let me stop sharing this real quick and go right back to the video. Let's go right back to the video with Brian Norman Sr. So that's it right here. So let's continue. Let's move on.
David Evanesian is only famous for getting beat by or getting knocked out by Bud. We was picking at David Evanesian. We was picking at his name and everything about David Evanesian before he fought Bud. Now all of a sudden David Evanesian is a name. It's the same thing I said about everybody got to be attached to a person, then they become a name. All right. So now your first offer was that, and it was literally just a little bit more than what you gave David Evanesian. And my son is a world champion. He brings to the table the exact same thing.
So you said he got a little bit more than what David Evanesian got. So what did they offered a little more than what David Evanesian got? So, according to the numbers, it seems like it could be assumed that he'll get the same amount that Crawley was getting. So the bag was around $585,000. You feel what I mean? You said less than a third. You said the first offer was less than a third. You know what I'm saying? But it was a little bit more than what he got, than what Evanesian got. So I'm assuming it's between $600,000 to $1 million based off of what he's saying, correct? He's not saying exact numbers, so I have no choice but to estimate. You feel me? So that's what Brian Norman Sr. is saying. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go.
That Boost brings to the table. Boost doesn't bring anything more to the table than my son brings. It's a
I just want to address this too. In terms of belts, yeah, they bring the same thing to the table. They're both champions. I see what Brian Norman Sr. is saying, but we also got to take into account star power. You feel what I'm saying? Boost brings a lot more to the table than Brian Norman, your son, in terms of popularity and ticket sales and actually being like a name in the sport. He's a lot bigger than Brian Norman Jr. If we're talking about all the dudes that's in the welterweight division right now, Jaron Ennis is the hot attraction. He is the hot commodity. He is the most popular fighter in the division as of right now, considering the fact that, Bud moved up, Spence moved up, Sean Porter retired, Keith Thurman inactive, Danny Garcia moved up. Boost is the biggest name in the welterweight division right now. So I understand that they're on the same level in terms of them being world champions, but don't ignore the star power because that definitely plays into negotiations. You feel what I'm saying? So it seems like he's trying to put them on the same level. And, they both got a belt. We respecting Brian Norman as a champion, but let's not act like they on the same level, in totality, because that's not true at all.
Unification bout. He has his belt. My son has his belt. My son is taking all the chances. He's taking all the risks. You got it? So that's what you do. The second offer was less than half of what Boost made his last fight.
Second offer, less than half than what Boost got paid in the last fight. So back to what we were saying. As a matter of fact, there's a way I could share this shit. Hold on. There's a way I could share like my whole screen. Entire screen. Yeah. Window. Yeah. So, like I said, he said less than half than what Boost got. You know what I'm saying? So 3.315 million is what Jerron Ennis got, according to Sports, Kita, and multiple other websites that I had looked into. So less than half. Now we like less than half of what Boost got. Come on, let's just keep doing the math. We're gonna stick by the facts here, people. We're gonna stick by the facts here. So he said less than half. So less than half of what Boost got is 1.657.5 million. So $1,657,500. So he said that they offered less than half. So now we talking millions. You see what I'm saying? So that second offer, they got into the seven figures without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? I think it's safe to assume that at this point in time. So it's not like these guys aren't budging. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like this. It's not like these guys are, they're not budget. They being hard with negotiations. Every time they came with a counter offer, they're stepping it up a little bit more in negotiation. So that lets you know that Jerron Ennis and his team want this fight. Because in all honesty, if they really didn't want this fight and they were just bluffing, what they would do is, man, that's the first and final offer right here. You either take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Norman's like, oh, that's what we want. So they be like, all right, fuck you, then we won't go to the next one. That's not what they're doing. These guys are giving the Normans multiple offers, right? So they're putting in the work. Eddie Hearn is attempting to do his job. Boots and them, I'm sure he's the one pushing the envelope. Like, yo, just keep trying with them. Just make it happen. Make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? And they're stepping it up. So I don't understand why people was out here acting like Eddie Hearn is in the wrong in this situation. Before I get into his opinion, just let Brian Norman continue talking, y'all. Let me see something real quick. Let him speak just a little bit. I'm gonna let him cook. You feel me? I'm gonna let him cook. So let's get into what Brian Norman's saying. You feel me? The third. Okay. So, bro. The third, so it went from a little less. He said the first offer was less than a third of what Boost got for his fight. What was the second offer? He said that it was less than half, and now less than half of what Boost got. Then it ended up becoming half. So based off of the numbers, they went as high as $1.6 million. $1.65 million and some change. So you can't say that these motherfuckers is not trying, right? So I get to thinking, I'm like, yo, okay, this is clearly the biggest amount of money that Brian Norman has ever made in his career. I'm not the type to pocket watch, but since Brian Norman Sr. is being so transparent to act like they're being lowballed in this situation, I was like, all right, let me see how much Brian Norman Jr. got in his fight against Santillan, right? Let's get into that because the number is right over here, man. Shout out to X for providing this information. And I can't pronounce this dude's name. His name is like Manoak Akapian. Listen, I don't know his last name. You feel what I'm saying? Or his first name. I can't pronounce either or. You know what I mean? But you get what I'm saying. He is the one that is providing the source. And this is the payoff sheet by the California State Athletic Commission, right? And these are all the fighters that have fought that night from Emmanuel Navarrete to the fucking first bout on the damn card, right? Look at Brian Norman Jr.'s payday right there. This man got $100,000 against Santillan. Not $1 million, not $250,000, not $500,000, not $750,000. He got paid $100,000 to fight Santillan, right? So you mean to tell me that they offered you $1,657,500 to fight Jerron Ennis, And you talking about they shortchanging you, bro? That's like 16 times more than what you made in your last fight. Yeah, I see the Eddie comment in the tweet. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want you guys to get an understanding of what Brian Norman Sr. is saying. So I'm calculating, I'm doing all the numbers in my head. But it's only 38 seconds left. Let's see the rest of what Brian Norman Sr. is saying. Why the fuck does it matter? I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting him off. Why are you so worried about what Boots gonna make? Your main concern should be how much your son is gonna get. Why are you pocket watching Boots so damn much? Why is it that you want your pay to be on the same fucking scale as Jaron Ennis? You guys are nowhere near on the same star level as Jaron Ennis. You guys have admitted that y'all not looking to get no $5 million, and y'all know y'all coming on the B side, y'all coming to Philadelphia and all this shit. Bro, why is it that you guys feel like you're worth more than $1.65 million and some change at this point? They're giving you more than 16 times more than what you made in your last bout. And they sent you 3 offers, and neither one of them was satisfied you enough to get a contract presented in front of you. Y'all not even getting to the contract stage. You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand. What is it? How much do y'all want? You guys are not a big star. Y'all fought for the interim title and then it was eventually, upgraded to the full status champion. You guys, like y'all still green in the game, bro. Y'all not really proven yet. You haven't defended your title yet, and you talking like you this big ass fucking like name in the welterweight division. At least Boots defended his IBF. He fought Ebenezer. They say you're not a champion until you defend your title. Brian Norman has yet to do that, and they're throwing $1.6 million in his face, talking about, yo, what's up? Let's get a unification fight going. Imagine how much Jaron Ennis is getting made in this unification fight. Why is that your concern? Y'all coming in on the B side. Y'all know y'all not gonna make as much as him. How much do y'all need to satisfy yourselves? Y'all say y'all need $5 million, but y'all willing to walk away from 1.6 when you made 100,000 in your last bout? Make that shit make sense, man. Bro, he sent you 3 offers and went significantly higher each time. How did he not try to make the fight? How did he not try to make the fight? If he really didn't want to, they probably wouldn't even looked in your direction in the first place. They sent you 1, 2, 3 fucking offers. Each one was considerably higher than the other. He went from less than a third of what Boots made to and he said it was a little bit more than what Ebenezer made. So they went from 6 figures to 7 figures within 2 offers. You said it was less than half than what Boots made. Then they was willing to give you half of what Boots made. Based off of the numbers that I see right here, that's $1,657,500. 1.65. And you mean to tell me that Eddie Hearn is not doing his job? He's doing exactly what he needs to do, but at the same time, what the fuck? How much do y'all want? What y'all want? 2, 2.5, 3 million? What is satisfactory to y'all? So because Boots may be making considerably more against Brian Norman, you need to get something within Boots' radius? That's not how that shit work, bro. You are the B side. And you talking as if this is a 50-50 type situation. It's not. It's not, bro. Let it the fuck out. Come on, man. Try that shit with somebody else, bro. Try that shit with somebody else. Try that shit with somebody else. So you see this right here, y'all. My apologies for not tuning in with the comments. Oh, wait, what's going on? Did y'all hear the video? Did y'all hear the video? Hold on, let me check. Oh shit, you can't hear the video. Well, regardless, bro, he sent you. All right, so regardless, I don't know what happened with the video. I heard the shit. If y'all want to go see it, y'all can go check it out. But y'all get the gist of it exactly. No, the audio is muted halfway. What the fuck? How? How the fuck that happened? That's weird. But regardless, man, look, y'all get what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of duck sauce in the air, my nigga. That you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I don't understand what else Eddie Hearn needs to do. Listen, I don't fuck with Eddie Hearn. I don't like Eddie Hearn. I respect him from a business sense, how the way he was able to transition from the UK to the US and get some of the best fighters. Look, Shakur, Subriel, Boots, work with Canelo, work with Devin Haney, made some big fights. Look, I respect his level up in the game because a lot of people was doubting him when he first came in with the DAZN deal. And look, I respect him in that sense, but as a person, and I don't really, and I share this like same feeling with promoters. Period. I just think that a lot of them don't have the fighter's best interest, and me being a former fighter myself, that bothers me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they businessmen, they doing what they need to do at the end of the day. They got to feed their families. It is what it is. I don't really care too much for promoters. That's just me. You feel what I mean? That's not a promoter that I actually love or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the feeling is mutual for a lot of these Bob Arums and all these other guys. You feel what I'm saying? But look, Brian Norman Sr. said it. 3 offers. Counter offer. Counter offer. Counter offer. Man, fuck the Normans, bro. Real shit, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know what you want me to do or what you want me to say, but hold up. There was a super chat. Hold up. Lorenzo, shout out to my boy Lorenzo with the $2 super chat. He says, Brian, quack, Norman Jr. That's what the fuck is looking like, man. And look, this is what happens when you run your mouth too much publicly while y'all in private negotiations. You talking way too much, man. And with you speaking so much, all you doing is just exposing yourself more and more and more and more. If you would shut the fuck up and just let the negotiations play out, I mean, you probably wouldn't be looking so bad. But what you're showing just by you talking is that you're trying to play it like Eddie Hearn ain't doing enough. Or, you know, he just, he don't really want the fight. You know what I'm saying? He just want to, he throwing us short change so he could go back to Boots and say he tried it. Nigga, first of all, Norman, you easy fucking work. Let's just get this shit out the way. Yo, Brian Norman, you easy work. And you know your son easy work. You know y'all ain't fucking with no Jerron Ennis. Keep it 1,000. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like niggas is lowball you because they scared for your son to fight Boots. Nigga, they know that Brian Norman is a walk in the park for Boots. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. You ain't no different from Romain Villa. Keep it 1,000. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Niggas is not ducking your son. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. On my David Morrell shit. You easy work, my nigga. Easy work. And he out here acting like niggas is blowballing them intentionally so they won't fight him. Bro, you went from the first John being less than a third to less than half to half. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? If we doing the numbers, $1.675 million when you barely made 6 figures in your last bout. Nigga said, calm down and sip my juice. Fuck out of here. Niggas ain't about to be on that type shit, bro. I'm sick of this shit, bro. Y'all niggas was out here saying that Boots was lying. Y'all said Boots was lying a couple days ago. Y'all was talking about how Boots, Boots lying. Oh, he capping. Oh, Norman ain't turned down nothing. Oh, nigga, he turned down 3. How much the nigga need? How much money you want? The more that y'all making these, the harder y'all making these negotiations, it just exposes more how much y'all don't believe in yourselves, man. Y'all trying to get the ultimate cash out. The ultimate cash out. What Bozy said? I haven't talked to Bo. You feel what I'm saying? But they want the ultimate cash out because they know there's a strong likelihood that his son will get the fuck beat out of him. This is the same nigga. Old school said 2 mil. He probably do want that, but that don't even make sense. I'm not even about to be sitting here talking about the business shit. I try to keep it as a fan. But like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. The money that they giving y'all be stupid to walk away from that shit. Then go ahead and fight Teofimo Lopez for $500,000. Watch him do some stupid shit like that. Watch them walk away from these negotiations to go fight for $500,000 against Teofimo. But you're gonna price yourselves out with Teofimo too, because you know Teofimo plotting on you, nigga. What he gonna do is he gonna petition with the WBO. You feel me? They're gonna grant him that opportunity to be your mandatory. Y'all gonna fight, and you gonna get significantly less than what Matchroom is offering you at this particular point. So who gonna take the L financially? You gonna go from 1.6 to 6 figures. You're gonna go from 7 to 6 figures like this. And then your son gonna be like, damn, I should have fought for that 1.6 they offered this shit. Now I gotta fight for $500,000. And you wanna know why it's so important that these fighters get to the money? There's an interview I want you guys to watch, man. I'm gonna actually put it up right now. Let me see if I hope this shit not muted, man, because this is a very good informational video, man. One of my favorite fighters in the sport of boxing. This is gonna be a little bit of educational sharing here as well, because niggas think that when you get $1 million, that you a millionaire in boxing. That's not how it works, man. There's so many deductions that's taken out of your checks as boxers, whether we talking about paying managers, trainers, advisors, whoever the hell you hiring, you gotta compensate them. Then you got to pay your taxes. You know what I'm saying? So you get this $1 million check and you think you're a millionaire, when in reality, you're going to walk away with less than half of that. So let's talk about Mikey Garcia, one of the best businessmen, you know, in the previous era. He did a lot of great moves since leaving Top Rank. He made a substantial amount of money when he was working with PBC and DAZN. And listen, man, Mikey Garcia don't never got to work again. He's one of very few people that retired from boxing and left with his faculties. You feel what I'm saying? Mark, if he was making 1.7, he would have walked away with an M. I think that's pretty generous. I don't know if he walks away with an M. But regardless, let's get into this Mikey Garcia video, man. Let me present this. Let me see. Hopefully it'll play, bro. They've been giving me a little trouble with this shit. So this is a video from Mikey Garcia, man, on Ellie Sexback's channel. Mikey Garcia quote: "When a fighter gets $1 million, he goes home with $360,000." This is something that my father has brought up in the past as well. He came on here and he spoke about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's $140,000 less than half of $1 million. $140,000 less than a half of $1 million. You see what I'm saying? So that's how much is taken out of your check. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get into this Mikey Garcia shit. You feel me? Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me play it. Let me put my shit on and see if we can hear it from here. You feel what I mean? Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me play it. Let me put.
Mikey, let me ask you financial, because you're very good with money, and a lot of fighters should learn from you. No, you were smart out of the ring. You didn't you took the boxing money, and now you invested in real estate. You've done other stuff. I know fighters won't listen, but if I'm a 21-year-old kid and I just made my first $1 million payday, how much money do I get home with? First of all, that's my first question. When they say you made $1 million,
on average,
yeah.
On average, a fighter gets paid, let's say, $1 million for his fight. Win or lose, he's getting $1 million, but he doesn't see $1 million.
What does he see when he goes home?
He's gonna have to pay his management and his team and training camp expenses. So that's almost 40% of your paycheck, right there.
So you're left with 600.
So you're left with 600. Out of the 600, you still got to pay your taxes. Roughly, say another 38-40%, just to be safe. 40%. So 4 times 6, 24 is $240,000. So out of the 6, take away the 240,
360.
360.
Yeah, I hear that shit.
So you take that with you.
And then you buy one car, you buy some jewelry.
That's not a lot of money.
So what's the
Can't even
best?
afford a house with 360 right
So
now.
how do you buy a
Not
house?
here.
How do you? What does a fighter do with that money?
You hold it.
Okay.
You wait for your second fight, and then you put it together and buy yourself a house.
You buy it off, just pay it out on the spot.
Some people will advise you to, split it into 2, 3, or 4 properties. Put a down payment on each one. That's one strategy you could put. Down payment on 4 different properties.
But I know a very famous fighter that did that and lost everything.
Some rather buy cash. I mortgaged, originally I mortgaged one of the houses I had when I first bought it. Then I had paid off on a different one, and eventually I paid everything off. So I'm happy with my decision. It worked for me.
You don't have to have a day job. You're good. If you didn't want to work.
Like as a fighter?
As a person right now, as a retired. That's a blessing.
See, a lot of fighters do have to have a job, though.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. When they're starting, like I said, there's not a lot of money, man.
Correct.
I mean, my first pro fight was $900.
Mike Tyson was like, I think 500. Yeah.
Mine was $900 for my first pro fight, which that day I got my gear stolen, boots, cup, outfit. So I actually Escalade, my guys Escalade, the wheels, all that. So did I really make money? I didn't make money, you know.
You lost in the first one.
Then my second fight was $2,500. So a lot of fighters need a job. I was fortunate to be able to get a stipend from Top Brand. They were supporting me every month with a salary, and that helped, stay in the gym without having to work. But most fighters, they need a job. And even when you do make bigger bucks, I mean, you still got living expenses. So it's not a lot of money. Even like say $1 million, people think, yeah, he made $1 million for this fight. But after you consider everything else, shit, I mean, he's bringing home, $360.
And then you buy a sports car, you buy jewelry. You're never a big jewelry guy, so you never spend money on jewelry.
I'm not one like that. Shit.
So they continue speaking about it, but y'all get the point. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all get the point. So I'm saying, why the fuck would you walk away from $1.65 million to go ahead and have you fight Teofimo Lopez on Top Rank for $500,000? And probably won't be lucky to walk away with $100,000. Be lucky to walk away with $100,000. You probably walk away for 5 figures. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not really understanding of this situation, bro. To me, it sounds like the Norm is trying to get every dollar they can because they know they cannot fucking beat Boots. You feel what I'm saying? They've been playing it. They've been playing the media and doing all these interviews to make it seem like they ain't ducking. And they talking about that Boots ain't no boogeyman. They saying that Boots. I even heard them say that Boots was overrated. He ain't had no power, all this shit. They don't sound like you niggas really think that, because if y'all thought he was overrated, he ain't no boogeyman and all this shit, he didn't feel his punches. If he's so easy, how y'all made it seem, then it should be no problem to take on $1.6 million to fight him. Meanwhile, y'all niggas talking about, if we gonna be fight, it's a risk for us. It's a risk for him too. It's more of a risk for Boots because Boots is the bigger star. Yeah, I mean, if you lose, they're like, all right, shout out to Brian Norman for, fighting Jerron Anderson. I mean, he took the chance and, he young. And you could bounce back. You 23 years old. You see what I'm saying? So if we really being honest, like if we keeping it 1,000, Boots has it's a bigger risk for Boots than you to keep it 1,000. So ain't nobody trying to hear none of that shit you talking about, man. Like, you go ahead, continue doing these interviews and act like Eddie Hearn don't want to make the fight happen. What you doing right now is fucking up your situation for your son, man. Or there's somebody that's in your ear that is influencing you, fucking up your situation for your son. There's nobody else in that division right now that you can make $1.6 million off of right now. Right now. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, these niggas is certified ducks, man. But I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna be the one to say it, man. You know what I mean? I think he need to go to the promised land. You feel what I'm saying? You know what the promised land is? Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all niggas know what the promised land is. Hold up. Let me get my nigga to explain to you what the promised land is and what is exactly in the promised land. That's my nigga Ricky Rose crib. Let him know what it is.
You gotta come down to the promised land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Next level shit. Take your stupid ass to the motherfucking promised land where there's thousands of chickens, 235 acres, homie. If you ain't trying to go to the Wells Fargo, my nigga, you already know where you need to go. Go ahead. Tell him again.
You gotta come down to the promised land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Go ahead, Norman. Go ahead and run with Zepeda. Go ahead and run with all them other niggas, man, because you not on that type of time, bro. Brian Norman Sr., you are making a detrimental mistake right now. What you need to do is go pick up that phone and tell Eddie Hearn that you're going to take that 1.6 million. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck up because I know you ain't make no money in your career. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't really make no money. No disrespect. You as a former fighter, I respect you for that because you took the chance, and there's not many coaches out here that actually took that chance and actually fought people. You feel what I'm saying? Not everybody even know that you're a professional fighter, but I did my Googles. I found out. You know what I mean? But don't fuck up your son bag, man. That could be a situation where he could use that to set up, you know what I mean, his future after boxing. You know what I'm saying? But until then, it seems like you niggas need to go to the
You gotta come down to the promised land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Next level shit. Y'all heard the nigga Rose, man. He said his chickens everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Let's go, champ. Go ahead and fuck that money up. We see what you doing, Norman. We see what you doing. You talk so damn much, and that's the problem. You keep it so real that you be exposing yourself. I ain't heard Brian Norman Sr. lie not one time, except when he put in his opinions. I disagree with his opinions. You feel what I'm saying? But I haven't heard him lie about the negotiations yet. He's letting you know he turned down multiple offers. He told us that they gave him substantially more and more money each time they came with a counter offer, and they still fucking it up. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to run themselves out of negotiations unless Boots just like take a pay cut and give him his purse. I don't know what the fuck Boots about to do, but regardless, what I'm going to tell you is this. What's going to happen if they continue to move like this is that they're going to walk away from the negotiations. Boo's going to go fight somebody else. He fuck around and go chase Karen around the ring all over again, give us a boring-ass rematch or whatever the case is. And he going to go fight Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez going to find his opportunity. He going to jump up. He going to take that fight. You know what I'm saying? And Brian Norman going to be fighting for maybe 5 times the amount that he made in his last fight. Maybe he'll get $500,000 this time. You know what I'm saying? Just to have Teofimo Lopez make more money than you, because I think his minimum at Top Rank is $2 million. And you're not getting $2 million because you're not as popular as Teofimo Lopez. You're not as big of a star as Teofimo Lopez. So you're going to walk away from 1.6 just to run into a $500,000 payday. Congratulations to Brian Norman. Congratulations to Brian Norman Sr. You know what I'm saying? And I think the promised land is in Atlanta too. Don't get it fucked up. I think Rick Ross live in Atlanta. Hold on. Where the promised land at? Hold on. The promised land. Where that shit at? Where that shit at? I think that shit in Atlanta. That shit in Georgia. That shit in Fayetteville. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, it's in Atlanta, too. And ain't the Normans from Atlanta? You see how convenient that is that y'all niggas was from Atlanta and the promised land happens to be in Atlanta? Ain't that so funny? Sunday, man, that's probably where them niggas from the entire time. Go ahead.
You got to come down to the promised land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
We got chickens that's world champions. Them niggas just running around throwing combinations. Quack, 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 quack. Get him the fuck out of here, man. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try to let the shit play out. Look, y'all can call me biased. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want to call me. But what you can't say is that I'm lying. And as long as you can't say that I'm lying, I'm cool. You feel what I'm saying? So we spoke about Brian Norman. You feel what I'm saying? He turned walking away from more than $1.5 million. Eddie Hearn confirmed that, and just based off of the math, it seems to be true. Not 1.5, 1.6 and some change. Woo! Scare money don't make no money, y'all. Anyways, I'm done touching on the whole Brian Norman situation. Pause. Now we gonna get into the other duck, a couple weight classes down, and that is William Zepeda. You feel what I'm saying? William Zepeda, you know, probably the top lightweight contender in the division right now. Oscar De La Hoya told you, oh, he's ranked in every sanctioning body. That's how badass William Zepeda is. Meanwhile, he had an opportunity right in front of him to face the WBC lightweight champion of the world, the lightweight champion of the world is Shakur Stevenson, who expressed interest multiple times in facing William Zepeda and making the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? I told you guys from the rip, the way that Coach Panda talk, you know, and how the way Oscar De La Hoya talk, they are not trying to fight Shakur Stevenson right now. You feel what I'm saying? I told you guys, even when Turkey Al-Sheikh said, oh, let's make Zepeda versus Shakur Stevenson, Oscar De La Hoya was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Oh, yeah, let's do it. But behind the scenes, he was like, fuck that, man. Shit, you know, I ain't want to get Turkey, man, but we ain't about to make that fight happen. Duck sauce in the air, my brothers. Duck sauce in the air. You feel me? So I told you guys from there, I'm like, yo, he's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is going to have to try to explore the Gervonta Davis fight. And I was even thinking, like, maybe Gervonta Davis will take the William Zepeda fight away from Shakur Stevenson. But according to the news that I'm getting right here, it seems like William Zepeda, after he said, because there was this excuse out here that he's not going to be ready to fight in November. So they'll be fighting Shakur Stevenson in 2025, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly fighting in 2025. They said that he wasn't ready in November, that he had his girl pregnant, and he was about to have a baby and all this shit. So I'm respecting it. I'm a new father. I got a 1-year-old. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That shit takes priority over everything, especially boxing. You feel me? So I was being understanding from the father perspective. But according to the news that's out here, it seems like William Zepeda is back in November. He's back in November, y'all. He's fighting on a Riyadh season card according to these reports. And it seems like William Zepeda is going to fight the most overrated unified champion in boxing history, in my opinion, George Kambosos. You see what I'm saying? The boy who is 0-3 in his home country. George Kambosos seems to be getting another payday in front of him with William Zepeda. You feel what I'm saying? You cannot make this shit up, man. And what I'm going to say is, man, if this is true, because, you know, it's still in the air right now. I don't know if it's solidified. But what I'm going to tell you is this. If this is true, I applaud George Kambosos' management. You know what I'm saying? I applaud their management because what they doing is they keep putting their fighter in situations to get the fucking bag. To get the fucking bag. You feel what I'm saying? Teofimo, 2 Haney fights, Lomachenko, William Zepeda? God damn. That nigga just keep getting bread. You feel what I mean? So I can't knock him. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him, man, what he got going on. I did hear that, you know, George Kambosos is still the option. He may be the leading option, but there's potential in William Zepeda also facing Tevin Farmer. So it seems like it's in the air between both of those guys. You feel what I mean? And in all honesty, not hating on Kambosos, I hope Tevin Farmer fights William Zepeda. I hope, because if you fight Shakur Stevenson, Tevin Farmer will be a good opponent, you know what I mean, to get you ready for Shakur Stevenson. They both southpaws, they slick, you know, defense first type of guys. That would be a good guy to fight if you're intending on fighting Shakur Stevenson next. But George Kambosos, he ain't going to get you ready for no Shakur. So depending on the opponent selection, that's going to let me know a lot. You feel me? That's going to let me know a lot. But William Zepeda, we gave you a pass. We was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? This girl pregnant. You know what I mean? About to have a kid, all that. You know what I mean? He said he coming back 2025. He want to smoke with Shakur in 2025. He said he ain't ready. All right, cool. But you used that. You used your baby, nigga. You used your baby as your scapegoat to not look like a pussy. That's the reality. You used your I'm not going to disrespect it. You used your girl and the pregnancy, your kid, boy, girl, to make it look like you not scared. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's extremely interesting. You know what I mean? Let me pull up the post right here, man. I ain't gonna share it on the screen or nothing like that. But let's see. Let's see what they saying. Cause I swear to God that you know what I'm saying? They were saying that they wasn't gonna be ready for November. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. See something. So this is according to Dan the Boxing Man. William Zepeda and George Kambosos is looking like they're set to fight November 16th in Saudi Arabia. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, man, listen. I told you guys, man. I told you guys. So they saying, look, William Zepeda will be back November 16th on a Saudi card, and his opponent will either be Kambosos or Tevin Farmer. Crazy. I can't make this shit up. But that's just what it is, man. Like, this is the type of time that these fighters is on nowadays. And you know what's crazy? I see people online criticizing Shakur Stevenson for William Zepeda being a duck. How the fuck does that work, bro? How does that work where a motherfucker could blatantly duck another fighter, but because they hate Shakur, they blaming it on Shakur? Oh, Shakur didn't send William Zepeda a contract. How the fuck you gonna send him a contract if he turning down the offer, nigga? What is you talking about? How can a contract be sent when you're not even getting through the first phase of making a fight happen? What is the first phase of making a fight happen? An offer. If you're not getting past the offer, what the fuck he gonna hire these damn lawyers for to type up a contract? It's a waste of time. They're not even getting past the first stage. And Shakur is to blame for that? Come on, man. Look, man, I was, slightly critical about the Joe Cordina opponent, but I ain't even mad at him, bro. These niggas pussy, bro. They don't want to fight him. What you want him to do? I mean, if these niggas ducking and these boxing fans allowing them to duck, you can't be mad at him. Shakur got to make his money. He got a daughter. He got a wife. He got a whole family. Nigga got like fucking 10 siblings that he got to look after. He the centerpiece of his family. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being known, he got to keep fighting. He got to keep this revenue coming in. You see what I mean? I just showed you guys, according to Mikey Garcia, that you feel what I mean? Like, these niggas not coming home with that much money. So they got to keep racking that shit up, putting it away, racking this shit up, taking care of family. These niggas got real lives. These niggas got real expenses that they need to take care of. They got to stay busy to feed their own. If they don't fight, they don't eat. That's their life. So I'm not about to be mad at Shakur for fighting Joe Cordina when we got pussy ass niggas in this boxing division that don't want to face him. You feel what I mean? Kambosos never wanted to smoke with Shakur Stevenson. William Zepeda, him and his whole team made it clear they don't want no smoke with Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis, I ain't about to play him like he don't want to fight him, but one thing we know for sure is that an offer was never sent to Shakur Stevenson. Their teams may have spoke, but an offer was never set for a definite date. So with that being known, Tank looked like he got some other shit cooking up right now. It seemed like he about to go cook up on Rayo. You feel what I mean? Or whatever the case is. Shakur is not next. That's all I know. So what the fuck is he supposed to do? Is it the best opponent? No. But could it be the best opponent available? Possibly. Can't fight nobody on the top rank side. You feel what I mean? Shit, Bob Arum closed all them doors for him to possibly fight one of his top rank guys. Oh, you don't want to re-sign with me? Well, you ain't gonna get no opportunities over here. That's how these promoters be moving, bro. Bob Arum don't like the fact that Shakur went on, and salute to Shakur because they offered him $3 million a fight. He went over to Matchroom in the Saudis and got $2 million more. So salute to him for getting a $5 million payday to face Joe Cordina. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to him. You gotta respect that, bro. He went out. He felt like he was worth more than what Top Rank was offering. He went and he got the money, as he should. A couple more mil, see a paycheck. That's gonna do a whole lot of good for him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna walk away a millionaire from that situation. Gotta salute him for that. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. But shout out to everybody that's in the comments, man. I've been just talking crazy for like almost an hour straight already. So if you guys are still interacting in the chat, I appreciate that very much, man. I said what I needed to say about the situation. William Zepeda, Brian Norman, you know what I mean? They from the promised land. You feel me?
You gotta come down to the promised land, man. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
There you go. Them niggas from and it's just so convenient that Brian Norman and his pop is from out Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? It's just so convenient that the promised land happens to be over there where they raising their own chickens and quack, 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 quack. It's just so convenient that they from the same location and they on the same shit. 235 acres. You know what I'm saying? 235 acres. Nigga raising our own chickens, homie. Woo-wee. Yeah. I got that shit on loop. I could loop that shit if I want to, but y'all get the point. I done played that shit like 5-6 times already. Yeah, man. Old school, you said I'm worked up tonight, man. Yeah, I mean, look, man, this shit just get frustrating just watching this shit unfold and nobody want to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking through the YouTube, the pages, and don't nobody be holding these niggas accountable, bro. There ain't nobody saying shit about Norman. Nobody calling out Norman for what he got going on or how the way his dad moving and all that shit. So I'm gonna do it, especially since I'm a Boots fan. Y'all call me biased all y'all want. Like I said, y'all cannot say I'm lying. And then with William Zepeda, he caught me off guard with this shit. I thought I wasn't gonna hear from Zepeda until next year, but he about to go fight Zepeda. I mean, he about to go fight in November. He about to fight in November, bro. So Shakur Stevenson fight Joe Cordina when? I think that's in November too. Them niggas better not fight on the same card, bro. It ain't no fucking way. It ain't no way. It better not be on the same card. It better not be on the same card. Hold up. Oh, no, he actually fight in October. Never mind. He fight in October. All right. So he going to fight a month after Shakur Stevenson, but he not ready. That shit is mind-boggling, bro. Mind-boggling. I would never understand it. You said Boots must pay? Old school. How much he got to pay the man? Do you understand what they doing though, bro? This is how that shit work. It's like, and I remember Floyd Mayweather said this shit in an interview. He was like, yo, you can't ask for this and much. He said it with an old Brian Kenny interview, ESPN. He's like, yo, you can't ask for this. He was talking about, I think he was talking about Carlos Baldomir. He's like, you can't ask for this much when in your last fight you made this much. That don't even make sense. He said that's impossible. It just don't make sense from a business aspect, bro. So he needed an additional so they need a fourth. So Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, all of them, they gotta come up with a fourth offer and give this man $2 million. Bro, he worked as low as, we said, less than a third of what Boots made. You feel what I'm saying? That went from there all the way to half of what Boots made. That shit is crazy, bro. To ask for $2 million when you haven't even defended your title, that's fucking like mind-boggling to me. That's mind-boggling. And what's crazy was, it was 1.6. It was 1. If we doing the math, half of what Boots made in his last fight is 1.6. You worth what you negotiate, bro. You worth what you negotiate. So okay, I guess they worth more than 1.6, man. I guess they worth more than 1.6. $2 million might be the number. Who knows? That shit is insane to me. Maidana in the first fight apparently made $1 million, and in the second $3 million. Shit is crazy, bro. But regardless, man, if Boots got to pay him that $2 million, whatever it takes to get to that fight, you know, it's cool. But we not about to act like these niggas ain't on no ducking shit, cuz pricing themselves out. And if Boots and them walk away from the situation, bro, they gonna be kicking themselves at the end of the day, because Boots gonna go on to make some stupid money regardless of who he fight, and them niggas is gonna make less money. Boots is the biggest pay that he can make in the division right now. Who at welterweight can Brian Norman make more with than Jaron Ennis? Who can he make more with? Not with Teofimo. Teofimo not making, Boots making almost double what Teo making. $2 million guaranteed to fight. You think Top Rank gonna give him more than $2 million to fight? No. If that's the guarantee, then that's all they gonna give him. Point blank. They putting a ceiling on his paper. Brian Norman not getting no crazy bread for real. He says Zepeda 28 turning down title shots for easy licks. Shaking my head, bro. He's gonna be a 30-year-old prospect. But you know that's the Golden Boy formula. You know what I'm saying? Golden Boy, they love to how can I say this? They love to give these guys a whole bunch of fights. And bro, these dudes be like 30, 40 fights in and they fight nobody. This nigga William Zepeda got 31 fights. And like you said, he's 28 years old. When the fuck he gonna be ready to fight somebody? He should have been out here fighting some championship level fighters. He ranked in every sanctioning body. Pull the trigger on one of them, nigga. Pull the trigger on one of them. How long you gonna wait? They doing that man a disservice, man. They doing that man a disservice. You feel what I'm saying? And you see how the way these losers, you said closed mouths don't get fed. They talking too much and they about to not get fed. That's the problem. You got to be realistic with, you know, you worth what you negotiate, but you can't be unrealistic with negotiations either, because that makes niggas walk away from you. You feel what I mean? So let's say, y'all don't know if you ever watched that show Pawn Stars on the History Channel. You know what I mean? The boy Rick and all that. They'll have like, this is the car that Tupac got shot in, right? And, you know, they're like, yo, listen, man, like this is a real good car. You know what I mean? We willing to give you $500,000 for it. Now, this is the man that's willing to give you $500,000 for that car. Oh, I've got, you know, that's a little bit more than what I got offered, but I want at least $3 million. Bro, there's such a gap between that. There's such a gap in between there. They're not gonna get to a common ground. You feel what I mean? So what happens? They both walk away from it. Eddie Hearn and them, they've done more than enough. They've done more than enough. Said Norman get $2 million. Let's see, man. I hope, and this is gonna show a lot for Boots too, man. What if Boots just be like, yo, just give him some of what I got? You know what I'm saying? He probably will take a pay cut to fight Brian Norman. But I tell you what, let's say Boots and them come back with $2 million, and Brian Norman and them still bitching about that, they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. I'm already thinking right now that they don't want to fight. If they offer him $2 million when his last payday was $100,000, bro, they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight. I guarantee you, they don't want to fight. There's no number that they could put in front of them. Because mind you, they say, oh, we know we ain't getting no $5 million. But it seemed like you trying to get at least half of that. It sound like you trying to get at least half of that. This is what Boots got to do. Boots is going to have to take a pay cut. Force these niggas' hands. All right, $2 million final offer. You taking it or not? I don't think old school. Listen, that initial offer might have been a little low. You know what I mean? But where they got to, like the point they got to, is not a low ball. They're like, all right, you playing hard to get, motherfucker. All right, let's step it up a little bit. Half of what Boots made in his last fight. 1.6, that's not a low ball. For your first title defense, 1.6, that's not bad, bro. I'm telling you, that's not bad. especially when you a nobody. Brian Norman ain't nobody. How many niggas you think he gonna put in the Wells Fargo? Boots got all the pull in this situation. And even if it was in a neutral location like New York, Las Vegas, who bringing more people to who packing the arena? Brian Norman or Boots? Come on, bro. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You bring no type of fan base. No, like niggas really don't. Niggas ain't really know who you was till the Santillan fight. And even after that fight, people wasn't even acknowledging you like that until you start going back and forth with Boots. Old School said, I agree, Mark, but they sent offers to all champions and no one responded. Well, Norman happened. They could have like, look, this is the thing. And you might be right. But what I'm telling you is this. They could have taken the same approach as Brian Norman. They could have, at least they did something that the other champions didn't do. And I'll tip my hat off to them for that. And that's actually communicating and responding and coming with a counter offer. When you come in with a counter offer, you showing some type of optimism. You showing some type of interest. You feel what I'm saying? The fact that they're choosing to stay silent instead of trying to negotiate their worth a little bit, it shows that they're not really interested at all. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, Stanionis and Barrios going to fight each other. They're going to fight each other. Watch. Al Heyman going to drop the schedule, and, it's bound to be them two fighting each other for unification at 147. Why? Because Barrios don't got nobody else to fight at 147, and Stanionis don't got nobody else to fight at 147. They'll make a couple dollars with each other. Unification fight, that'll be a solid co-main event on a big PBC card. You said Boo's name ain't big like that? Well, I'll tell you what, if we talking about the whole roster of 147 right now, Boo's is the biggest name. And he might not be superstar status like Canelo, Gervonta Davis, or anything like that, but he's a big enough star where he could pack, how much is that? Almost 70% of the Wells Fargo arena. So obviously he's doing something right. He's on the come up. I'm not saying he's this fucking huge superstar status name, but he's a way bigger name than Brian Norman. I tell you that. He's the biggest name in the division. He's shown that he got some type of pool in his city. Brian Norman hasn't shown that. What numbers has he sold in Atlanta? Or wherever he's from, Decatur, Atlanta, wherever he's from. Has he sold anything over there? Wherever the Atlantic Hawks play, the Atlanta Hawks, what arena is that? I don't even know what arena that is. Has Brian Norman ever fought over there and sold tickets over there? The State Farm Arena. Has he ever sold out the State Farm Arena? Come on, man. It's no comparison. Yeah. I seen that. I seen that. It said Stanionis came out and said they try to lowball him. Look, that might be true. But the fact that you didn't try to counter it, just like you said, it doesn't show that you really, hell bent on fighting him. I remember when Stanionis was acting like, he was interested in the Boots fight. And then he said that he needed like a tune-up or whatever before the Boots fight. And then he went to go fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, a tune-up? Come on, man. The end of last year, back in December, they were supposed to fight, and they scrapped the whole card because Showtime was closing his doors. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Anonymous said, sometimes I hate boxing. Making these big fights is always a headache. Yeah, it's true. Everybody got this like obscene like sense of like, how much they worth, and that shit don't be realistic, bro. Shit don't be realistic. I'm telling you. Look, man, if Boo's got to cut the check to get this unification fight, it is what it is. It costs to be the boss, right? But we're not about to sit here and act like Brian Norman is worth $1.6 million. He's not. And you want to know how I know? Because Boo's and them been bending over backwards to give him that pause. And then on top of that, if he was worth that, then he could get that somewhere else. Where the fuck is Brian Norman going to get $1.6 million from in a fight that's not Jerron Ennis? Boots is frustrated, bro. Boots frustrated as hell. I'm telling you, you ain't see his interview. He was like, we sent him an offer. They turned it down. I'm like, damn. Just like his delivery was like, you could tell he was just like frustrated. Like, damn, dog. Like Booth probably in his head, like, I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to push shit in motion. I got goals. I'm trying to knock these drones out the way so I can continue on with my career. But these bitch ass niggas don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight me, man. Boots had a call Neverland. Not Neverland. That's crazy. That's Michael Jackson. They had to call the Promised Land and shit. They had to talk to Rose on the phone and all that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, let's make a fight happen. He said, hold on, let me go to my 235 acres. Let me go to my 235 acres.
You got to come down to the Promised Land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Trying to tell you, these niggas, I'm trying to tell you. It's next level shit over there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Farming our own chickens, homie. Quack, 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 quack. Zepeda and motherfucking Brian Norman are next door neighbors in the Promised Land. Yo, that shit had me crying when I first saw that. I was like, Rose said that, Rick Ross said that shit so confident. Like, he, like, for sure, he thought that's the noises that chickens made. That shit was hilarious. But nah, real shit though. All jokes aside, man, it's sad how the way these boxes moving, cuz. It's sad how the way these boxes moving, but you know, you can't unlame a lame, nigga. You can't unlame a lame. You feel me? Let me see something real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can make something happen real quick. You know what I mean? Because Teofimo Sr. took his number off the motherfucking out from the public eye. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see if I can get Brian Norman on here. Let me see something. Y'all niggas gonna answer me. Let me see something. Damn, I don't know which one is him. How old is this nigga? Can't be, huh? Oh, we gonna call Brian Norman, man. We gonna call that nigga Brian Norman, man. What the fuck wrong with him? Y'all gonna talk. Shit. Come on, man. Answer your damn phone when I'm calling, nigga. We gonna get to it. Where you from, nigga? Let me see something. Hold on.
The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected, or is no longer in service.
Oh, so that's what you saying. That's what you saying, cuz. Oh, shit. They don't want no smoke, man. They don't want no smoke, cuz. Damn. That autocorrect did Lorenzo dirty. We gonna let that shit slide, though. Yeah. What up? Let me see something. Fuck out of here. They don't want no smoke, man. They know to hide their numbers from the God. You feel me? Because they already know how that shit gonna go. Can't fuck with it, man. He said a 5-minute ban. I'm actually wrap this shit up, man. So anybody got any questions before I get up out of here, man? This was a good live. I was in my bag. I was definitely animated. I just had to get that shit off my chest. Pause. Yeah, Slime Lorenzo wildin'. Yeah, Teach. I mean, they can say that, but you know how bad that'll make them look. The last thing they're gonna do is say that they don't want to smoke with somebody. That's gonna fuck up their reputation. That shit gonna lower their profile. fan base gonna go down the drain. They'll let you know it without saying it. You know what I mean? Just in their actions, they'll let you know whether they're interested in fighting somebody or you know what I'm saying? They'll let you know if they're really interested or if they're not interested at all. Like Zepeda and them, they'll never say that they don't want no smoke with Shakur, but they're showing it. You feel what I'm saying? So you just gotta pay attention to their actions because their mouth will never come to say some shit like that. Feel me? So we just gotta take their actions for it. Let me see something. All right. They just want their bread. I mean, I get it, bro. But the problem is, like, to go from I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what the number is. But what I'm telling you is to act like they still lowballing you after they offered you $1.6 million when your career highest payday is $100,000. That's insanity, bro. That's insanity. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. So the fact that and it seemed like you like on the defense for the Normans, and I'm not really understanding why. Like, what's your perspective? Why do you feel like the way they moving is correct? They done receive offer after offer, and each offer has been significantly higher than the other. But for some reason, you find their moves to be justified. Why is that, bro? They ain't no fucking way they getting 50-50, bro. That's crazy. They want half of the pot when them niggas haven't even defended a title. They have no type of name, bro. That makes zero sense. He said, get a good night's sleep tonight, bro. You earned it. Appreciate that. But shit, I started this live pretty early. I don't be going to sleep till like 1, 2 o'clock anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be up regardless. Keyword significantly higher. Yes. We heard it from Brian Norman's mouth. He told you. Let's run that shit back one more time before we get up out of here, man. Hopefully we can hear it. Let me check. Let me make sure everything correct. You feel me? I'm going to present the screen one more time. We're going to hear the words from Brian Norman Sr. Present the screen one more time. We're going to hear the words from Brian.
Hit this off before it even get started with Eddie Hearn, so you can go on and stop the cap. Eddie Hearn, you trying to spend this? Check this out. The first offer was was less than a third of what Boots made for David Abenisian.
Less than a third.
David Abenisian is only famous for getting beat by or getting knocked out by Bud. We was picking at David Abenisian. We was picking at his name and everything about David Abenisian before he fought Bud. Now all of a sudden David Abenisian is a name. It's the same thing I said about everybody got to be attached to a person, then they become a name. All right. So now your first offer was that, and it was literally
less than
just a little bit more than what you gave David Abenisian. And my son
a
is
little
world
more than
champion. He brings to the table
$585.
the exact same thing that Boots brings to the table. Boots doesn't bring anything more to the table than my son brings. It's a unification bout. He has his belt. My son has his belt. My son is taking all the chances. He's taking all the risks.
He is too, nigga.
So that's what you do. The second offer was less than half of what Boots made his last fight.
So now we're saying less than
the third offer
1.6.
was half of what Boots made his last fight. To be exact, damn near. It was literally half of what Boots made his last fight. So imagine what Boots is going to make in this unification bout. Considerably more than he just made in his last fight. So not speaking actual numbers.
How you know he won't make more than his last fight?
Tell me I'm lying. That's what it was. You did not want to make this fight. The only reason you did this was to tell Boots and his team that you tried to make the fight. You did not make the fight. I gave Boza the numbers. I told Boza what the numbers was. Boza know that's some bullshit.
What Bozy know? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The fact that he think that Boots is gonna make significantly more than what he did in his last fight is purely speculation. You don't know that. You just assuming. What if Boots is getting the same pay that he got from Ebenezer? For all we know, what the fuck? How do you know that? So you, based off of your assumption, you feel like you deserve more than 1.6 because Boots is gonna make more than what he made in the Ebenezer fight. How do you know that? Idiot. So you went from less than a third of what Boots made in his last fight to a little less than half than what Boots made in his last fight to half of what Boots made in his last fight. Can't make this shit up. Yo. So let's actually do, before I get up out of here, man, I'm gonna shut the screen down right here. So 33% of 3315000 is a third. So this is what he said, less than a third. So I don't know if the nigga know his numbers or he got the numbers messed up, but 33% of what Boots made in his last fight is this. So he said that they offered a little less than this, right? He said that was a little bit, they gave us a little bit more than what David Evanesian made. So David Evanesian, according to the sources, is $585,000. So between $600,000 to $1 million is what they offered the first time. They said that was a low ball. All right. So then they did less than half. They said, wait. He said 1/3 of Evanesian, or I swear he said 1/3 of what Boots made. He said less than a third of what Boots made in his last fight. Hold on, let's go back to it. T said 1/3 of Evanesian. Hold on.
So you can go and stop the cap. Eddie Hearn, you trying to spend this? Check this out. Hit this up before it even get started with Eddie Hearn. So you can go and stop the cap. Eddie Hearn, you trying to spend this? Check this out. The first offer was less than a third of what Boots made for David.
Less than a third of what Boots made. Less than a third to less than a half, which is 17% difference. I'm just breaking it down, but you're totally right. Terrence said, man, you ain't even got to do the numbers. Some niggas don't want to fight. That's what I'm trying to get across. Yo, send them niggas back to the promised land, man.
You got to come down to the promised land, man. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere. Quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
Ooh-wee. That shit hilarious every time. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah. Anonymous says, Normans are on duck watch. If this fight doesn't happen, they're going to look real goofy for all the tough talk. That's a fact. Yeah. Terrence Smith out here dropping facts. He said the first counter offer was more than what Brian Norman Jr. made his last fight. Exactly. That's all I'm trying to get across. It's like, bro, the fact that you being offered more than $1.5 million to fight Boots. This dude, he justifying the bullshit. They're justifying the bullshit. He says not wanting to fight and negotiating for bread is two different things. Yeah, but when you're negotiating to the point where you're looking for money that is like significantly more than what you made in your last fight, bro, when you haven't even defended your title, you don't bring no fan base to the table, nigga, you don't sell tickets, you're literally a nobody. Without that world title, nobody would even recognize you as one of the top dogs in the division, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, bro, the only thing that you got to really represent that you somebody in the division is your interim title being fully upgraded to the full status champion. You feel what I'm saying? When they giving you significantly more than what your highest payday in your career was, 16 times more than what you made in your last fight, you can't tell me that niggas ain't being unrealistic, bro. You lucky he's getting that. They say you're not a champion until you defend your title. He has not defended his title yet. It's cool though, because with Norman Senior doing all that talking and shit like that, all he doing is backing his son into a corner. All he doing is backing his son into a corner. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Frank Martin, he agreed to fight. They was at a John, and they agreed to the fucking fight initially. What happened was Gervonta Davis came and was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let's fight. You got more bread. And he backed away. Initially, he agreed to the Shakur shit. He agreed to what was going on. But then, Gervonta was like, yo, just fight me instead. You got a bigger bag, blah, blah, blah. It ain't like he walked away, like he didn't like the Shakur money and then he just walked away. Come on, bro. Come on. Stop it. Boost is the bag at 147. And I can't pronounce your name. I'm going to just call you I. You said Frank kept it moving and went on to get the bread. He won it. Okay, so where is Brian Norman going to go to get $2 million at 147 outside of Jaron Ennis? Who at 147 going to give him a bigger bag? What's a bigger fight? Who is he going to get 1.6 million or more outside of Jaron Ennis? Tell me. Exactly. I don't know. Anyways, that's my spiel for the day, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. Where's Boo's going to go to get a bigger fight than Norman? Bro, there's 2 other champions in the division that will be on the same level as him. Norman is probably the least known champion at 147 right now. The least known champion at 147 right now. Barrios is more established than Brian Norman. If they send Mario Barrios the right figures, that'll be a bigger fight. That'll be a bigger fight. You feel what I mean? Stanionis and Boots might be a bigger fight than Boots and Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you making it seem like they both like fucking Brian Norman got some type of star power. He's probably the least popular out of all the champions at 47. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, man, I ain't even about to go back and forth with dude, man. Some niggas be stuck in their ways and they ain't even trying to come here to understand. Even though I broke shit down for context purposes, I gave you all the numbers. I'm backing you guys. I'm giving you guys education on, how much money fighters bringing back, and we exposing the motherfucking lies. Some niggas just don't want to learn. It is what it is, man. So I'm going to get up out of here, man. Shout out to the nation and the mob for coming through and supporting the live today, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you new. We do this on the regular. We go live every day of the week pretty much. And we drop videos as well. I haven't dropped one in a few days because, the boxing world been slow. But be on the lookout for that one, man. You know what I mean? Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Shout out to the nation and the mob. I'm out of here, man. Peace.